So it was Super Mike that told you to wrap your knees.
Yeah.
Or no, not you were. Were you interested in it, or he just told you to do it?
It was interesting for me to drop my knees. Yeah.
Okay. So, and the only reason I want to say this is because, or have you talk about this, is because some people will see what you did and they will think everything was Charlie just telling you to do it. Where, is it fair to say that Charlie trusted athletes to figure some things out on their own?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Yes. Yeah.
So, because we talked about it already with bench press, Charlie didn't tell you to bench. It was somebody else telling you should bench in 1980. It was the national trials. And you said, like, I don't need to bench press. And then you thought it was a good idea. So you started to bench.
That was Marv Nash.
That was Marv?
Marv Nash.
You didn't tell me that was Marv.
Yeah, Marv Nash. Yeah.
Was Marv basically telling you were too skinny?
Yeah, I say, if I'm too skinny, I should start to do some weight training. I said, no, I don't want to do the weights. And he said, yeah, you have to, because it makes you strong.
Okay, so I didn't know that was Marv.
And then the same year, that was around July at Nationals.
Yeah.
And I started to lift weights around 1980, around September, October that year.
Yeah. Now, another thing that we talked about, because one of the athletes that you're currently coaching, younger athlete, you're taking through a developmental process with weight training, and you noted to that athlete that soon you're going to have them do some curls. And my question was, you did curls? And you told me you did do some curls, and then I asked you if Charlie was watching. Because Charlie didn't ever tell you to do bicep curls. He would never tell you to do curls, right?
No, he just do say bench press, squat, some power cleans.
Yeah. How often did you do power cleans?
Not very often.
Why not?
Because my technique was bad.
So you were strong.
I was strong.
And you could lift a lot of weight, but it was dangerous because your technique was bad.
Yeah. Even though I was still lifting about 210 on the power clean.
Yeah. Now your power clean would be like a muscle clean, or like a muscle clean. You would just get it up. You wouldn't sink. No good squat. Nothing. You'd just pick it up.
No, I go down and I try to curl it in one motion.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. So you didn't get under the bar. You just brought the bar up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did do curls. You ended up with big biceps, but it wasn't because of Charlie.
No.
Charlie had a general idea of what he wanted you to do. As long as you did the big stuff, if you did other stuff, he didn't mind.
I just think that doing the bicep curls by me running in this motion, I get my bicep gets stronger and I feel the power in there. So when I come back this way, I can feel the lift and feel the torque.
Well, so your arm didn't open up too much because the bicep on the front. So if you're pulling back powerfully, your arm would open too much. So for you, because of the power, you were thinking, I just want to make sure my elbows stay more bent than straight.
Then straight, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So again, Charlie trusted athletes to do things as long as it wasn't interfering with the main training. And
also to make sure that we don't go spend too much time in the weight room.
Yeah.
Because our training regimen, it's so hard. We don't want to be maximum out on the weight training and get all tired and fatigued and can't recovery.
So would you ever lift weights before sprinting, or was it always after?
Always sprinting after.
So
always lifting after.
Lifting after. Sprinting was number one.
Sprinting was number one.
And say you had say you PB'd or you did very well in the sprint training portion, would Charlie make you not lift weights after?
No, we don't lift weights all the time. Only when we have enough time to lift weights during base seasons, like between September, October.
Yeah.
We lift a lot of weights. And then by November, December, we start doing a lot of sprinting.
Yeah.
A lot of sprinting.
You would lift during the season, but you would lift less.
Light. Less.
Less. It's still heavy.
I was trying to maintain.
Yeah. Maintain the strength.
Maintain the strength. We're not trying to get off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So again, the main point that I'm just trying to get to is that Charlie was overseeing everything, but there was variance, because you look at somebody like McCoy. McCoy did all kinds of Olympic lifts. Like he didn't squat anywhere near the same amount that you would squat, not necessarily in weight, because Mark was strong.
Yeah.
But that Mark did a lot of cleans, right?
He did a lot of cleans. Mark could have cleans at least 340 pounds.
Yeah. And then Desai would...
a lot of weight.
Desai was kind of like in between. Desai would squat a lot, but he would also do some cleans.
Yes.
Right? Now, you did a lot of medicine ball work. Even when you were later in your career, like say we get into 86, 87, 88, were you still doing a lot of medicine ball, or was it more weights?
I was doing a lot of med ball every day, most every day.
Okay.
Yeah, especially on an easy day.
Yeah.
Tons of medicine ball, because we go up and high and low workout, high and low.
Yeah. High intensity one day, low intensity another day.
The other day, yeah.
And the point of the low intensity days was to keep you fit
To
not make you
recovery.
faster.
No, just to
And-
keep it fit
and
to
recovery.
recovery for the next day. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people look at the other stuff outside of sprinting and they think that's the key, that you have to be a certain type of fitness. But really you're using it just so that the person is in better shape and that the person can recover. Because if you get your heart rate pumping, it helps with recovery,
That's right.
right? But never too intense.
Never too intense.